What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just phenomenal, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be a monthly check-in, Cancer. I thought I had a power pose prepared for this one, but as I learned doing Scorpios, I don't. So we're just seeing how you're doing, Cancer. We're keeping things kind of chill this go around until I get myself together. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Gems. Feeling great. Just good energy all around here, Cancer. So, with this spread, I'm just going to be pulling until Higher Self says stop. We're just going to be just going with the flow here, Cancer. And just so you're all, nice. And just so you're all aware, more, all of my readings are, they're not gender-specific readings, so just keep in mind with that, when we're talking about people, we're just applying the energies to them, so just keep that in mind, Cancer. And then lastly, the decks that I'm using. This one that I'm shuffling is the Tarot of the Divine deck, and then the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using is the Anatomy of a Witch deck. And I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely keep that if you're interested, Cancer. Oh, all of those? Okay. Okay. All right, Cancer, let's see what we're working with here right off the bat. We got a lot going on here. Oof, we got a whole lot going on here. Okay. Let's see what's going on, Cancer. Well, good news, we have the sun here. And I feel like the sun is what we're going to need to shine really a light on some of this stuff here, Cancer. I feel like we're in this place right now, at least for this month. I think we're trying to figure out where to take actions towards our fulfillment. I feel like maybe we've been reflecting on some past stuff that's gone down. Maybe we're thinking about how we can better improve this, just our lives going forward. I think that there have been some things where maybe we wish we would have taken some action on some things. Maybe we could have rised up to the occasion here. I feel like we've been in a place where there's something that's been kind of urging us to rise up and to transform and to really kind of come into our energy, Cancer. But, I feel like that we're still in this place of, I don't know, maybe we don't believe it, that we can tap into this energy here, or what that is, Cancer. But I feel like that, I feel like we're at this place right now where I feel like that as far as your pentacles go, as far as like your money, your resources, I feel like that is all in line here, Cancer. Or at least I'd like at least enough to where I feel like that's not going to be like our main focus for this month here. I feel like the main focus here is trying to find that happiness, that fulfillment, that joy for life, because I feel like life is more than just pentacles. This is good to have a foundation, because the Ten of Pentacles is your legacy, or excuse me, the Ten of Coins. It's your legacy. It's what you're planning on leaving behind, after this journey is done here. And because you really, in Cancer too, I mean, when you just look at this as like a whole here, this is powerful. I'm really just kind of getting like a bird's eye view of what's going on here. It's Major Arcana City, and then you got Kings, Queens, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Like, Cancer, this can be a really prosperous time for you here. I feel like not even just financially, but emotionally as well. But I feel like that there is an opportunity that's being presented to you to explore what it's like to get that emotional side of this fulfillment here. You know, I feel like where this is, I feel like the piece that's kind of missing for you in getting where this Queen of Cups is up right here and getting you to that sunshine here. You know, I think that this Ace of Cups, it's kind of like your higher self. Like if I would think, Cancer, has there been anything that's been kind of like nagging you as far as like, do we feel like that there's something that we want to do, but that maybe we're either, I don't know if we're too scared to do it, or, you know, we're worried about whether people are thinking that we're going to do or would think of what we're doing, or is it just like a matter of confidence, or, you know, whatever that is that's keeping us from getting to this, fulfilling this emotional side of you here, Cancer. I feel like it's time this month really explore that, because I really do think with the aces, this is the universe like presenting like different opportunities for us, you know, like, and really pay attention to that and see how, let's say for example, if we've been thinking about, you know, wanting to, oh, what's a good example? I say, let's say if we've been thinking about, let's say we're like an instrument player, for example. Let's say you play the piano, and you know, you've been kind of practicing, been kind of playing around, but maybe there's a side of you that like is like, I wonder what it'd be like if I played at like a jazz bar, or maybe, you know, tried playing at like a little club, or maybe even like playing in front of just like anybody, maybe playing in front of like your family, you know, like your friends, however, you know, Cancer. I'm wondering if there's been something that is like, if that's been like something that's been like nagging you in your head, I say explore that, see where that goes, see where, think about all this, make a list, Cancer. List 10 things. You know what? One for every cup. List 10 things that bring you joy. And think, when was the last time that you did those things? And if there are some that have been some kind of gaps in between them, go out and do that thing, Cancer. Because I feel like this month is about, you know, taking, I feel like sometimes we get in this place, and I've talked about this on the other channel too, the Charity and Friends, where I feel like that sometimes we get in this place of where I think that if we venture down doing things that we love, or doing stuff that, you know, maybe society might deem like as a hobby, that it's not being responsible, Cancer. But that's not the case. I feel like it's one of those things that when you allow yourself to feel this happiness and stuff here, then you can apply that stuff. When you feed that urge, that need for fulfillment there, then more inspiration comes. You know, it really is, the energies work off of each other. When we create, more creativity comes, because now we're working that muscle here. You know, we're flexing, we're getting that muscle toned. And when I really feel like when we sort of get a game plan here and start taking action and really start embracing this change that's, you know, that may be kind of nagging you here, Cancer, I think that there's going to be a brilliant metamorphosis that can come for you here. Any more? Because this really is just more, it's incredible, the energy that's here right now. And I just think that it's you know, taking the sunshine, you know, that metaphorical sunshine, and really shining a light on what it is that you're desiring here. You know, what boxes have we put ourselves in? Because I feel like that when we have energies like this and we're just kind of sitting on it, it's from something that there's some sort of lack of confidence here. You know, I feel like that we're missing something, you know? Because this, I mean, the sun and the moon with, oh, this is dope, Cancer. And I think that, this one too? Okay. This is dope, Cancer. And I think that it is time to start letting some stuff go, because when we do, you know, these ways of thinking, letting go of the idea that we don't have time to be creative, Cancer. You know, I feel like it's about taking this newfound knowledge, you know, when you really start, you know, pouring more energy into the things that you want to do as opposed to the things that you have to do. And again, it's not to me telling you to ignore your responsibilities, but if we, you know, I feel like we pour so much energy into the stuff that we don't want to do, or, you know, these obligations and stuff, but when do we have time to, you know, breathe in some fun? You know, there's the balance is not quite there, Cancer. And I feel like it's time to apply some of that balance, really go in there. And if we're stuck for ideas, you know, about what do we love, because maybe we're not sure what makes us happy, you know, I say again, make a list. Make a list of 10 things that you enjoy doing and just pick one that makes sense in that moment. And you know, Cancer, another thing, I mentioned this, you know, you don't have to carve out like mad chunks of time, you know, because that's one of the things too, I think, that can kind of deter us from even exploring these avenues, is that we tell ourselves that we don't have enough time because we have bills to think about, we have work to blah, 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 we have this and that, you know, and all the others. And it's one thing if your work is your passion, if it is fulfilling you, but then even then you can there can always be more, Cancer. You know, fulfillment is one of those things. It's a forever, like it's an ongoing, like it's going to be throughout this entire journey. You know, you just don't get to this place of where it's like, okay, like, or at least I wouldn't hope so. You know, like it's you get to this landmark, you enjoy that time, and then you build off of that, and then you enjoy that time, and then you just keep building, you keep creating. You know, that's the whole point of this journey, is to just manifest as much as we can and to really just raise that vibration through to the sun and to the moon. You know, Cancer, more. And I really think that things will start coming in a lot quicker for you than you think, Cancer. But I feel like too, you know, I think that some of us too may think that it's just, we may be kind of hung up on the lack of stability. You know, I think that we let the stability be the guiding light here for our creativity, as opposed to vice versa. Let the creativity guide the creativity. You know what I mean, Cancer? You know, if I feel like we need to be in this place of just, you know, manifesting just for the sake of creating something, as opposed to, I'm doing this for stability. No, we're doing this for fulfillment. We're doing this to make ourselves happy, to bring ourselves joy, to fill up all of these cups. We got 10 cups plus a big old ace of cups to fill here, Cancer. So, you know, and Cancer, I'll tell you what, because here's the thing. Sometimes I think that too, you know, where we can be stable, you know, where we can feel financially stable, that is good for a time, but then even then, you know, I feel like we get to this place of wanting more, you know, like I feel like the material stuff can only like support you so far. It's not sustainable in the sense of like, it's like focusing on just the pinnacles and ignoring the fulfillment side of it is just like when I think about balancing like the masculine and the feminine energies. If you're too much in your masculine energy, it's you're doing the most, and it's going to be exhausting. It's a lot to be in that masculine. And the same thing with the feminine. If we're too much in that feminine energy, then we're not getting, you know, things aren't coming into action. It's just it throws everything out of whack here, Cancer. And you know, I feel like too, you know, I feel like that the way that, and when I say that way that things are run, you know, I feel like just like as like society and things like that, I feel like it's constantly been in this place where it's like, you know, it's like we try to hold all of the, when I think of swords, they have to deal with knowledge and intellect. You know, I feel like there's usually like one person kind of holding all of the knowledge here, and that it's like the rest of us are suffering here, Cancer. But here's the thing, you know, all of this that they have all the answers and stuff, they don't, because they don't have the answer for what fulfills you, Cancer. And you can change this whole way of how things are operating here. We can be, I think about our energy, you know, how I was just thinking about this yesterday, that our energy, I feel like people love Cancerian energy because how, you know, when I talk about the moon on the Chariot and Friends, the moon is going through different signs, different phases, and she's getting a taste of each of those signs. You know, she's in each sign for about 2.5 days, you know, throughout a lunar cycle. And so she may not understand like what it is to be in Aries all the time, but she has pockets. She's been in Aries during the waxing crescent, the waning, you know, gibbous, full moon, all of that. And you just kind of piece those energies together. And where I'm getting with this whole thing, Cancer, is that we know how to relate to one another, because since the moon is our ruler, we have the perks of being blessed with that energy. And so we can be, each time the moon changes signs, where everyone feels it, but Cancers are going to feel it a little bit more just because our connection with the moon. And if we can get into a place where we can show people that no one can tell you how to get your fulfillment, that you can, that in order to get your pentacles, you have to sacrifice your cups here. We can be an example of, listen, all of this stuff, this has been nonsense. You know, the times are changing here, Cancer. And as one of the cardinal signs, you know, cardinal signs are good for initiating. You know, they're almost like, you can almost see a cardinal signs kind of like as they're like the initiators of the zodiac. They usher in each season. You know, you got Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And we can be the example of showing people like, hey, you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. We can have both here. Because the fact that they even both popped up here, Cancer, shows me that it's there. It's just right now it's not balanced. But once we get this thing balanced, when people are around us, and you know, we see that they're kind of been in the same space that we've been in, then we can help them get out of that space. You know, and we can and Cancer, you know, we can even start. You know, if that seems like a big undertaking, start in your community first. You know, it's like start small and then then broaden from there. But start on it, you know, start here first, you know, like if you're not even sure where to start here, you know, this is about your fulfillment and all of that here, Cancer. And I hope this is making sense, you know, because this is really sick energy that you got going on here, Cancer, that you brought me anymore. Yeah, even higher stuff is good. You know, yeah, I really think that Cancer, I really feel like we may be kind of overthinking this thing a little bit. You know, I think that sometimes we get in this place of like, so what are you saying? Like, if I just follow my happiness and everything will just fall into place? It can't be that easy. And it's like, Cancer, it can absolutely be that easy. It is that easy. You know, it's one of those, but it's really committing to that idea of that, of being in your happiness. Because Cancer, I'll tell you what, think about that. Has there ever been something that you wanted so bad that you do whatever it takes to get it? Well, let that be your happiness, because I bet you, if you were to go how you go at your responsibilities and all of that, your obligations, if you were to go at this, at your happiness with even half of the energy that you put into here, your whole world, it would be so bright. It would be a whole different ball game, Cancer. And it would change up, it would help to free you from this this Eight of Swords energy, you know, that self-imposed prison. Because the thing with the Ace of Swords is, this is the stuff that we've all told ourselves. We've allowed society, friends, family, however, to maybe kind of keep us in this box here, and then we fortified it. We've established this cage of swords here, and we're telling ourselves like, oh, I can't possibly do this thing. I have to, you know, maintain the status quo, that I have to do blah X, I have to do Y. But Cancer, this can be a month of just transformation. So I was like, I don't think you got any transformative cards here. Yes, you do. We've been ignoring it, Cancer. And it's time to, it really is time, Cancer. reflect on this energy here, because when the Queen of Cups pops up, in general, I'm like, all right, we need to get eyes on this thing here. There's some lessons that need to come up from here, but for us, especially Cancer, come on, reflect on this. So reflect on this stuff and not get caught up in it, because sometimes too, I think that we can when we think about going to pursue our stuff, and then when we start doing this thing, or we think about like how we may sometimes think about how much time may have gone by, and like we get caught up in like, gosh, if I started this 10 years ago, man, I would have been so much further along, like I'll never get to the bottom. And we allow that to discourage us. And it's like, Cancer, you know what? If you were meant to be doing that 10 years ago, you would have been doing it 10 years ago. But you clearly, we weren't ready for that yet. Now, wherever you're at on your journey, the time is here. The time is now. So, you know, let's make the most of this energy. The opportunity is being presented here. I'm just going to keep throwing Ace of Cups in your face here, Cancer. It's the time, the energies are lining up for you, Cancer. You know, I'm just getting started with these readings here. Scorpio had a real fantastic reading here too, so I'm getting a feeling like the water signs are getting ready to bring it here. You know, but I really feel like partway, we need to get grounded first. You know, we need to kind of understand our energies and really kind of work with what tools we have here, and start feeding energy into ourselves so that our heart's desire, because look how this thing is shaped like a heart here. This could be your Ace of Cups. Look at how we start. So here's your seed. Here's your water. Pour some of that Ace of Cups on this thing, Cancer, and let that tree grow, because and look at that, Cancer. You even got sunshine to apply. You literally have all the tools you need to grow an impressive, creative, spectacular Cancerian. You know what I mean? More? That was brilliant, Cancer. And you know what? Absolutely protect that, Cancer. You know, this is something that when you're going through this growth, you know, when we think about, you know, whatever we set out for, you know, this coming month here, self-growth is one of those things that if everyone in your tribe, you know, at the time isn't resonating with it, it's not going to resonate with everyone. But don't let the fact that it may not be resonating with people affect you from making that decision, you know. Because if this is about your growth, your soul tribe, your friends, your family, all of that, they should be wanting to root you on all the way. But if we know that we have people who are going to hinder this growth, or we're not vibing together right now, set some boundaries. You know, I don't think we necessarily have to cut people out, you know, but we do need to protect our energies and make sure that we're being mindful of who we're allowing in our space, because they can affect our growth. They can affect how bright the sunshine is, and they can even get it to where this clarity that we got from the moon, you know, coming here, it can get us to where we start doubting ourselves here, Cancer. We don't want to get to that place. You know, you've got this great energy. It's time to get that momentum, you know. Get a game plan here, because when I think about this Knight of Wands Emperor combo, that's really the baddest combo, I mean, of this thing here, Cancer. Not only do you have all the drive to achieve this energy here, because this is Aries energy here and this is Sagittarius energy. And then you get the power of, you know, you got Leo's ruler here as the sun. You got all this fire energy and hot energy that's coming through here too. I mean, big energy. And I think it's this one. Knight of Wands is about King of Wands gets a game plan. You know, he's the type that when you tell him he's got this to work with, he's already sitting down and he's talking with the Emperor. Yo, how are we going to get the most out of this growth here? How are we going to expand on this thing? Because Sagittarius energy is about expansion. And then Aries energy is at taking action, and is doing and doing that with that zeal, with that passion. Because and I hope you know I'm not coming at you, Cancer. It's just when energies get like this, it's just like, Cancer, this is potential that you're bringing me, because again, this is the energy that you're bringing me. You know, I like saying this all the time. I'm not just sitting here going through what would be good for Cancer this week. No, Cancer, this is what you're bringing. So make it work. Bring it. You know, you know. Let's go, let's get inspired, and then let's go out there and inspire, Cancer, because you can. You know, people flock to our energy. They love Cancerian energy, and you can do some really good healing and help get people's confidence. So, like, imagine just helping people sunshine, just shine through, you know, where we don't feel like where we have to fake it anymore, you know, where I feel like where we have to feel like that we have, that we're putting on this mask anymore. Okay, I'm gonna switch back over here, Cancer, because I feel like this is something where I think that we go through life just kind of putting on a mask. You know, we tell ourselves each day, it's like we have to convince ourselves, it's like, oh, I gotta go to, oh, it's Monday, I gotta go to work, I have to do this thing, okay, let me get ready, like, gosh, I can't wait for this day to be over. We're already ready for the day to be over, you know, before it has even begun, you know, if that's resonating with you. And I feel like it's time to get out of that, Cancer. If that's been like the mantra for a while, like, come on, we came out with sunshine here. It's time. We should be exuberant about the day. It should be something where it's like fool's energy, carpe diem, you know. That's what this energy is telling me here, Cancer. And I feel like it's really time to work on that. Take some time and get some. It's you know, I will say, when I'm thinking about the Pentacles, because you did get both tens here, make sure your financial stability is in line, because I get that that's important, but don't let that just be the focus. Your emotional stability is just as important. And the Ace of Cups here it shows me that really is emphasis this month. You know, I feel like in Cancer, you know, emotional stability is important for every sign, but especially our sign, because our it doesn't matter where you're at on your journey, our emotions change so fast from moment to moment, and I know it varies to the degrees with the Cancer. You know, your other placements come into line there. But as a whole, Cancer, you know it, I know it. It happens, you know. So one minute we're fine, and it's not like we can stay in it long, you know. But sometimes, you know, we're feeling on top of the world. Then, you know, next thing you know, might be kind of upset about something, and then you might feel kind of down because you got upset about this thing, and then you feel frustrated because you got sad about this thing, and then we might get in a little spiral here, and then we got to try to dig ourselves. It's a hot mess, or at least it can be if we're not working with it. If we're letting that muscle get atrophied, then it's going to be, life just happens to us. Our mood, everything's all erratic, you know. But when we take the time and really, Cancer, understand what you're working with here, because I really feel like the fact that the sun popped up here, thinking about the moon, you know, Queen of Cups, there's a connection there, Cancer. And I really feel like that this month, and really just going forward, you would really benefit, and something extraordinary can come from understanding that fluctuation, Cancer. We could do whatever we wanted, but it's about understanding what we're working with. So I'm gonna leave that there, so we got some ruminating to do here. We got some Queen of Cups energy to tap into. So, whew. I hope you like that, Cancer. That was a lot. And I hope you do know that I wasn't coming at you. You know, it really is. It's that type of stuff. When I see energy like this, and you know what you're bringing me, it lights a fire. And I just want to, like, man, just go out there and get it. But if you like that, let's give it a thumbs up, Cancer. And share this thing, Cancer. I have this joke on the other channel where I said I was manifesting, like, I'm picturing Cancerians in the park. And we're just creating stuff. We're talking, we're bonding. You know, I just picture really rich and deep conversations and just a lot of art and music and laughter and and that can happen when this, you know, I feel like this is Cancerians in the park. You know, that's what this energy is bringing me. So share this, Cancer, because this, like, the more that we get our sign just motivated and get ourselves balanced and get ourselves, because I think that Cancers, for the most part, I don't think people understand how much they love Cancers, but I do feel like that some energy, some other signs got Cancer a little effed up, and it's time to show them what's up. Show them how amazing we are, because we really are just the dopest, Cancer. And then after we're done sharing that and raising our vibrations and, you know, getting us this ego boost, let's subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notified when I'm dropping more encouragement here, Cancer. And then Cancer, you got the Queen of Cups. Oof, you got the Moon. You already know how I feel about you and checking out the Chariot and Friends. Get over there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. We talk about the Queen of Cups, the Moon, ad nauseum. All day and all that housekeeping. Let's talk about your sun sign, or it could be your moon sign, Cancer. It doesn't matter where your placement is, Cancer. Go check it out. And all that housekeeping, I think that's it. All that housekeeping is down in the description box below. Let me get your surprise card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. Okay, one more 10. Got the 10 of Swords over here. And then we got the Poppet in reverse. In Cancer, you know, when I think about these poppets in reverse, poppets are almost like they're similar to like little witch dolls or little voodoo dolls, and almost in a sense. That's kind of what this energy sort of reminds me of. And I feel like this card popping up, it's time to stop letting people dictate what we do with our energy. You know what I mean? And it's not like in Cancer, it's not like I'm telling you to like quit your job or anything along those lines. But if something is not resonating with you, if you're not feeling fulfilled in life, then it's time to focus on those things. You know, why focus on things that are constantly trying to keep us down? I mean, look how sick this, and I mean sick is like disturbing. This 10 of Swords is. It's like you're trying to get on board, you know, you're trying to just get your happiness, and then it's like, here's society. Look at that. It's got a freaking blade, and he's trying to just like, no, you can't come up here. And it's like, what? Cancer, let's get out of that. You know, this I feel like is signifying the end of that kind of era where it's like where it feels like that in happiness and fulfillment and all of that is only for like a select few. There is enough abundance in this universe for all of us. And the nice thing I like about this 10 of Swords is that there's no 11 of Swords. It's all uphill from here. So even if some of us are feeling like we may be rock bottom right now, we might not be feeling where confidence is waning, because listen, Emperor, Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups in reverse, that would bring my confidence level down. But don't forget the focus, the sunshine. Let the let that light be your guide, you know. Let that sunshine be your motivator. You know, that happiness, that fulfillment. You know, the universe is providing you Ace of Cups. It's here. The happiness, you know, to take that step is here, Cancer. Now just take that first step, and then take another one, and then take another one, and then next thing you know, you're going to be a chariot in no time, because that's our card, Cancer, the Chariot. And then we keep that momentum, and then it's full steam ahead. So, oh, that was dope, Cancer. I enjoyed that, and I really do hope that you enjoyed that too. So let me go, and it's a long one, so let me get you out of here, Cancer. Stay safe out there, you know, working with these energies, you know, and getting to, and, you know, building up that confidence and stuff. Stay safe out there, Cancer, and be compassionate with yourself in this time here. And then, you know what? Once you're done raising your vibration, Raise this vibration to the you let the sun, or excuse me, let the moon be a mirror to shoot that thing to the sun, and then let that shine, Cancer. Let that beacon, let people feel that energy, you know, that Cancerian energy. And let's remind them why we're the mothers of the zodiac, and why everybody loves mama. And I will catch you on the next one later.